Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sonny, Swift Sonny, and I will give you tips and tricks on how to make your base look much better than it is. Um, like for starters, paths, very useful to get around your base. I use them all the time to get to bases. What you can do is you can use normal paths, adding gravel. You can add lots of different types of dirt. You can add lots of buttons as like stones, as like little pebbles. You can use many different types of blocks to just to show different types of paths. So this is only shown on Java, and it's the newest update with bamboos and my good old friend llama here. He's not a llama. He's a camel. So, people like to say that he has a face. I think he does. And I just built like this little house with the nice doors, and you can add these as windows. And look, this sign says please subscribe, and it's the new sign. Awesome. You can even make cool monuments with it. Bookshelves. The new bookshelves look really cool. You can even punch it, and you get all the books you want. I don't actually need these, so I'm just gonna chuck them away. Now, this looks really bad, but on the inside, it's really cool. So, only in Java, you can do this. Oh, that was my hair. There we go. And now you look like a complete professional with your small, enticing house. Hello. It's quite slow, but what you can do, if you want to sleep, you can. You can even do that. But whenever you sleep, you always come back awake here. So you can leave that open and just shrink again. And it's so useful for starter base because you only get one block gap. So how to make stairs going down is you can do a stair, a slab, and then a trapdoor. So you had to have two trapdoors and then a slab to make the way down. This you could be any other room. I've just put in all your essential supplies. It's a pain in the butt to walk around in this place, but you'll probably get used to it. You can have extra rooms. You can even have enchanting room with books and lots of stuff, and you can even stand on the book. Oh, cool. So yeah, so you can bust your way out. So that's a one block gap starter base which you could use at any point in the start of your world. Now, boats, these new boats, they're really cool. You can do what you like with them. The chest one at the moment doesn't really work. Like, it does, but yeah. Anyway, this is race car. Now, it's annoying because you have ice here. You can run across it quite fast, and you can even go on boats on snow, and you can skate around. Woo! Whoops. And it works. But for some reason, carpet works when you're like with ice, but when you use boats, they go normal speed. They go a little bit faster, but normal speed basically. They should really change that. But let me actually show you something that's actually useful for your base. Now, these thin blocks are super useful. You can even use candles for like handles. Rhymes. Torches are weird because every block you go through is actually there, but torches you just go right through. Weird. These are really useful for lighting as like a futuristic base or something. Chains really useful for like holding up something. These are useful like plumbing pipes sort of things in the ground. Sticks, well, pole or whatever you want to call it, fence gate or fence. They're really useful for the outside of your base. So these, and this is a little demonstration. Now this looks really rubbish, and I kind of didn't really care about the shape much, but what mainly the thing you're supposed to look at is the details. So if you're using this block here, you would use the same block but smooth as a kind of storyline. So it was this and it became that. So you can make a story of your build, show your friends off, you know, like say, hey look, my building has a story, you know, it's really cool. You can use walls as like little tiny like corners in your build, and you can do all sorts of different sayings with them, colors. You can even add like a little detail for like up lifting to change the color pattern. Coal is actually really useful for just like integration. Has like really gone away a little bit. You could say that was the old block and then it moved on to that, then that, then that, you know, like make a story with it, you know. You can always understand what your use of blocks are for your storyline. You can the roof, you could use slabs, and you can even use trapdoors as well. You can even use wood, even though it's not even a stone block, but it kind of, you know, gives that feel of attachment. Inside, you always really, well, like Hermitcraft and stuff they use these big doors, and they actually look quite impressive. So you can even do the floor as like crafting tables and stuff. Just inspect like endures more onto your palette of colours and blocks. You can even do redstone. And this is just like a core, and like I just use all the thin blocks that are shown outside, and yeah, it kind of looks cool, you know, with all the pipes and stuff. So this is a general starter base, you know, everyone has a block built house. It looks rubbish. You can understand it looks rubbish. It doesn't have any sort of shape, and I'll get on to later over there. I'll show you how to make a better version if you just spend a little bit more time getting resources. Windows, they're so useful. The big windows I've always used, and I was like, oh, I don't need these thinner windows. I could just use these. These are just so much more useful in builds and stuff. But actually, these are better. They just look more realistic. You get a bit more room. So if you had two right next to each other, you have a bit of room to walk by. And you can even use tinted windows. Or you can mix them together, and it looks like it's getting a bit older. So you could do, this is new, and just goes darker and darker the older you want your house to look like. If you're using the blocks, you can. There's no stopping you from using them. You could use this as like the darkest pattern. But this is kind of an upside down house. You would do this if you want to do like Stranger Things style something. So you would use lots of different blocks. Now you can use these and put crying obsidian to just give that bit of glow, as if you're of course in like a cave or something, it's really dark. Or you can use leaves, but I prefer roots from plant. You can use like you can have soul lanterns. You can even have stalactites or stalagmites, depends on what you want. You can actually use dead coral as a really good way of making just really eroded stone, I guess, or eroded stone. What's useful is actually putting stairs and slabs, because they kind of look like the wood is chipped away a bit at it. And I love using stairs in the walls. They just look like, like little plates and stuff just gone away a bit. So this is a glass, like look, so you can have like cobwebs in the back. I'll show you what the back looks like, just so you could cover it all up. Now, I'm not a big fan of the roof. It doesn't look very upside downy or like old looking, but I kind of did different shades. So it was like this, then that. You have a little bit of story with it. Doors, they're useful. Of course, you can use them. And you can even put the roots into glow things. It's just a small, good way of doing it. Now, this is the house, but if you spend a little bit more time. Now, there's lots of different windows which I'll show you, like designs on what your window could look like. But for starters, you just got a chimney, which you could add the same idea as that building over there, with like erosion and just old looking stuff. You can even put a campfire. But if you use this idea where there's like a bit of a gap, you can put that block in there and it'll just make it look like in the tube. It'll just make it look better. Now this is a bit of a weird looking house. It's just like the chimney's massive and stuff, but it was mainly just to show you the parts you can build onto your house. Roofs, you don't want them to just, you can have them like this, but you could have them in a different shape, so they go up and then slab, then up. And you always want them to be one out instead of just on top like that one. It just makes it look so much more like just alive. It's like popping out on you. It's a bit more 3D. And you can have like a landing bit where you have like fences. And I'll show you now the window designs. So the most common window design is, of course, just a plain old sticker window, and just so you can look out. Doesn't look that nice. What you should use is something like this, where you put slabs or trapdoors as like a circle shape. It just pops out at you, exactly the same as the roof design. You can even do like a circle with flat bits, windows on it, and it just looks so much nicer. I did two, just for looks. You can even put wood out the rim, and it just looks nice. And then that's just the boring one. You can even do these tiny little ones with a little plant pot, and it just looks really cute if you have a small bit of area. Yeah, you can actually use these for like above your door, just to look a bit nicer. What you could do is you could actually add stairs, and it will just improve your base by a lot, because it gives a bit of a depth going down to the door with the windows. Now, you can do this window design, there's no stopping you, but there's a circle window design. Now, you would use this more for like in a ocean base or something, but the only bad thing with it is on the back. See, you have to do this. It will be better with blocks, but if you're doing it with panes to give it a bit of a depth on the back, then you have to do this, because if you don't, and you do it like that, and then you go on the outside, when you look in it, you can see the gaps, and it just doesn't look good. It's probably better with blocks, but you can as well use blinds as banners. You can just attach cool blinds, and yeah, it's quite an empty house. But if you have, of course, a house with a bit of attachment, it just looks better as well. You get more room, and instead of a boxy look, it just changes stuff. But if you have a roof attaching, it's quite complicated. Once you do it, you're like, how does that work? You know, how does it attach? It looks simple, but when you get to build it, you're like, okay, that's weird. But if you have the slab and you want to attach it to fences, all you need to do is just change your fences, not look like that, so it's just a giant hit on it. You can turn it if you look down the direction, and it just looks so much more smoother. And it's only a tiny little detail, and it really doesn't harm, doesn't actually do much, to hurt you, in a way. It doesn't really go oh, that looks really ugly, or that's really obvious, and it just doesn't look good. Now you can do this window design where you just have gates or trapdoors, just to improve your base. And oh god, I did it again. Yeah, there we go. So, or you can use this, which is actually, I discovered it not that long ago, not on YouTube video, I did it and I thought it'll look cool. And it actually does, because it doesn't have a gap. It smoothly goes through the pane glass, or and it just looks so good. And you can add trapdoors, or you could add I added these just for just a little bit of a bump effect. So you could put these, you could have a house, you could have a block that's stone, and you wanted to put wood, little wood banisters. If I do that and just keep going around the entire house, then it will just look quite different. It just changes, it gives you a bit of a bump effect. So again, with the roof bit that I didn't finish, was this. So you can add a connection pole bit that's a beam that holds this bit of the roof together a bit, and it kind of looks cool on the inside. There is one more window design which I forgot to tell you, is this, where you add two steps bits on top and bottom, and then just add any block or gate or whatever you feel goes there, and it improves your base a little bit as well. Now, what wasn't on this house, and I realised until after I've built it, is actually in-depthment even more. I like in-depth. You can put a wood all across the top, and then put whatever block you feel inside, and it just looks so much more alive a bit, it's showing you a lot more of your house design. And then you can do the roof design, and it'll just look amazing. And you can even do a vault design where you have stone blocks, and then you do a cross symbol. I'll show you this from the back. So what you can kind of do is stone, and then cobblestone, gravel, just loads of different blocks. Even you can even do coral, dead coral, and it just improves your base. Now, fires. Now this is a new section. Fires are really good. Okay, so if we have an X-wing and you crashed it down or something, and you want to put some fire on it, and you can put even that block so it can stay for longer. It's good, but it doesn't look that impressive. So if you want to do more of a nuclear explosion, you can do some sort of soul sand fire, or you can do them both. What you should actually do is you could add campfires into that if you really want to use fire, but you could actually use glass and campfires and even fire. It just improved your entire base a lot, because you can use yellow, red, orange, and then you could use clouds. I didn't do it on this build, but you could add this as just an end of the actual smoke. Now this doesn't actually look that good because of the fact that I used I did thin glass, and then I did thick glass. What you should do is thick glass, then thin glass, because it just looks better from the inside. And yeah, but you could see the kind of idea where you could, it's like more of an explosion with glass than with fire. Now, trees are good. So I done this tree, and they're really cheap to just place around your base, you know, because you just chop down a tree and you get the saplings, place them, get bone meal, just wait. But if you want a more home in a tree, like a tree house, or you want to live inside the tree, or you just want to have a bigger and better forest, you could do this sort of design. Now, you can use gates, you could use fences, you can do different types of leaves from different trees, but look good together. You can even do wood. You could do loads of different types of wood blocks, like gates. Oh, I meant trapdoors, just the normal wood block, you know, or log blocks, like strip log blocks. But it looks so much more impressive, and I'm really bad at building trees. Like, this is like one of my first times I've actually built a tree that I actually think is quite good. But what you want to kind of start with is just literally this sort of log design, but just bigger, and just keep building up to the right height you feel like. And then what you do is then you just start breaking blocks off it, and then putting fence gates, you know, just all sorts of different wood blocks inside it. Now you can't see it, but it is there, like that and that, and it just looks so much better than a normal base. Of course, you can do roots. So I did the strip wood blocks as just roots, and you can even do them popped up, or you can use gates, fence gates, and all sorts of different wood blocks. And then what you can do is you can copy the same tree design where it goes around, and then like top, and then around on top, and then around, and it gets smaller, and that's kind of what I've done. And you can even see through the leaf blocks the different types of wood as different colour effects coming through the leaves, and then on the top. But you can improve it by putting leaves on the bottom, and yeah, and you can add twigs, and it just looks so much better. And you can even, if you feel like it, you want to go like, hey guys, do you want to come and see my new base? And everyone will be like, wow, because you have a cool base inside your log, and it'll just look really cool. Now, this is next up, caves. So caves used to look like this. Of course, ores would be more separated, but it was kind of boring colours, and then they updated caves, and they look so much better, adding like stalactites, stalagmites, you know, just adding loads of different types of stone blocks. But you can improve it even more by, of course, making your own cave by adding just loads of stone, using lush cave pieces, using grass, using just loads of ores which you used, and you can just add like lots of different types of lush blocks, and not lush blocks. You can just use loads of different types of just grey and green blocks, just grey. And you can add mushrooms, and it just looks so much nicer. And I would just like to say one thing. The rarest ores are the two I'm holding. Now people go, oh, that this diamond block's actually rarer than this emerald block. But actually emerald's rarer because you have to get the right coordinates, and there's only one in like area, because emerald's just like got a one standalone block. Now these are really rare because of the limit they are at, but these are even rarer, and I just wanted to tell you guys which is actually rarer, and it's actually this one. So that's kind of it for this video. All the tips and tricks, and it's just really easy to expand on and to do, and every time you do watch my videos or just improve on your own base, it actually, the more you do it, the more it actually you get the hang of it, and then you actually want to go, I'll experiment with that block, and will that look better? And it might do, or it might look rubbish. And I'm a new channel called Sonny, and you can check me out on YouTube, and I will gladly like if you subscribe, and put in the comments what you would like to see in the next video. I'm thinking like Stranger Things, so like if you want to see how to make it upside down or something, or if you just feel like more tips and trick videos. And I will have a series coming out of me just doing survival, and yeah, but I want to tell my targets. My targets are first, if I get 100 subscribers, I will do a live stream with us all together, and just hanging out, chatting about Minecraft while I just do a survival, hardcore, whatever you feel like I should do with you guys if you want to hang out with me. And if my video gets 1,000 views, I will do a face reveal, which kind of looks similar to this skin, so if you want to. But yeah, if you just hit the like button, just chill out with me, and you can, like, have fun. I hope this was a help to you in your survival world. And, well, goodbye. Woo!